Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason from Straight Edge Knives. Hey, thanks for joining me again today. Today we have another kind of overview review of the new Tops Knives MSF-G folder. Now, Tops has already had a folder in the line called the MSF 4.0, which was a Scandi grind blade, which is this guy right here. You got to forgive the blade; it's dirty. I carry this thing pretty much daily for over the past year. You see, I kind of got fingerprints and stuff on it. But this is the new MSF-G. Now, the G stands for the green canvas micarta handle. But there are differences here. Even though it's the same handle, there are a few differences here. And we're going to point those out. And I'm going to have a few other size comparisons here. Obviously, with the new MSF-G, you're getting a clip point blade, which is obviously you can tell the difference between the Scandi grind. The MSF-G is going to come in this green canvas micarta or a black canvas micarta. But there's also a few other differences besides just the blade shape and handle. One of the things is the MSF 4.0 comes in a N360, or I'm sorry, N690 steel, whereas the new MSF is going to be coming in LMAX. And it's right here on the back of the blade, so you can see that. It's that new LMAX steel everybody's hyped up about. Actually, while I got these both out here, let me go ahead and give you guys, I'm going to go comparison. I'm going to tell you here, we're going to go over the overall length of the regular MSF and the 4.0. So you kind of, I'm going to give you descriptions of both. So that way you can really kind of get the nuanced differences. Because one of the things I noticed with my MSF-G is this feels a little bit beefier to me, a little bit, I won't say stronger. It just feels a little bit like there's just a little bit more heft to it, and there is in the weight, and it's not by much, but I can tell a little bit of a difference. This just feels a little bit more solid, I guess, if you will. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe, but this feels beefier for sure. But the overall length on the MSF-G is 7.5. The 4.0 is 7.38. So you're getting just a little bit longer here. Blade length is 3.25 on both blades. The cutting edge on the MSF-G is 3.25, but the cutting edge on the MSF 4.0 is 3.13. I'm getting all these numbers off of Tops' website, okay, so you know. Closed length on the MSF-G is going to be 4.38. On the MSF 4.0, it's going to be 4.25, so that's your closed length there. Blade thickness on the MSF-G is 0.13. And the blade thickness on the MSF 4.0 is 0.12. Now, obviously, on the steel, again, you have LMAX on the new one, on the MSF-G, and you have N690 on the 4.0. You have a satin finish on the MSF-G, and you have a tumble finish on the 4.0. And then, obviously, you're going to have OD green canvas micarta, and then you have tan canvas micarta. Now, the weight on the MSF-G is 3.8 ounces. And the weight on the MSF 4.0 is 3.5. So I kind of wanted to give you those comparison numbers so that way it kind of gives you an idea of the slight nuanced differences between the two blades. One of the other things you're going to notice here is, let me close these up real fast. They both have flipper tabs, but one of the other big differences is going to be on this clip. So here on this clip, obviously you can see where it's mounts. It's ambidextrous both ways. And then you have this lanyard hold. But the lanyard hold is a little bit difficult to get to with this clip on if you wanted to run a lanyard. On the new MSF-G, they ran a back spacer in here, which allowed them to mount the ambidextrous clip here on the bottom. And it also frees up, your lanyard hold if you wanted to run a lanyard. Now, you can easily take this one screw out, flip it around, whereas this one, you got to take two screws out, flip it around. Not really a big deal, but this MSF-G definitely gives you more of the deep carry that a lot of people like to go for nowadays, be a little less obvious that they're carrying a knife, if you will. But both are great blades. I've had this, like I said, this one for a long time, over a year now. I've carried it daily. It's a great blade. But man, I'm a sucker for clip points, and I love clip point blades. And so when these came out, I definitely had to have them. So let's slide this out of the way, give you guys a little bit closer look. Now, Tops has always been up front that they're primarily a fixed blade company. They have made a few in-house folders, but to catch up on all their fixed blades, they've had to put those on hold. So these are sourced out to Mazarin out of Italy. So Mazarin out of Italy are the ones making these 4 tops. Leo Espinosa is the designer though, and they are. This is a liner lock. You can see the line locks up really well. Very easy to get to. See, nice flipper action, very smooth. Blade is centered up very well. Overall, it's a very, very nice knife. It got a lot of nice texturing here, so it's grippy enough, but it's not going to tear up your pockets either going in and out with this clip. Really like the backspacer on there. Gives it a nice little added touch. Where, like I said, on this one, you just kind of had the pins here, which isn't a problem, but I mean, I don't know, backspacer is kind of nice. I like it. But there it is, guys, the MSF-G. Now, you can get this in a black micarta one, obviously. For a few other size comparisons, let's I have a Civivi Cache. So just kind of line these up next to each other. You can see definitely getting a little bit longer blade with a Cache. Roughly about the same kind of thickness-wise. Oh, one thing I forgot to note on the MSF-G is you do have some jimping up here, and it's aggressive, but it's not overly aggressive. I mean, you're definitely going to get some traction on there if you have to really push some hard thumb pressure on there. Or if you need to do finer work, this nice little clip point ramp here, you can rest your finger up here nicely and kind of get in there and do finer work. I almost forgot to point that out. One of the other size comparisons I have is the Kaiser Camarant. Most of my blades, guys, are fixed blades, so I don't have a ton of folders. So I don't have a lot to do comparisons with. Mostly once I find folders I like, I kind of just carry those. But even though I have this Cache and this Camarant and a couple of these others, I do really find myself more often than not coming back to the MSF 4.0. But, you know, I think my new one's going to definitely be the MSF-G, just because, well, like I said, I love clip point blades, and I really want to give this LMAX still a real good workout if I can. One of the other ones I have is the Civivi Conspirator, which is definitely a larger knife, button lock. But again, just want to kind of give a few little size comparisons. I'm not sure, you know, what all blades somebody has. This one is definitely way bigger. That's the Civivi Bull Mastiff. But I just want to give some comparisons here, you know. So, but I mean, the one I think a lot of people really wanted to see side to side was a 4.0 up against the new MSF-Gs, and they're pretty much identical size wise and weight wise, but there are those nice differences. So, well, there it is, guys. The MSF-G, like I said, the folding knife. You know, you're gonna just do your typical folding knife stuff with this. You know, cutting boxes. Should almost cut my finger open there. Cutting boxes. You know, string, rope, or whatever you need to. You're not gonna have any issue doing any of that with this blade. Sharp out of the box, it'll shave the hair off your hand. I got some bald spots there already. One thing maybe I should have. I'm kind of curious here. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me pause this real quick. I'm going to check something really fast. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. So one thing I wanted to try, I got a fire starter here. And it's not a 90-degree spine, but it does have a little bit of an edge here. I'm almost curious if you could strike a fire rod off this. So kind of hard to do this with the camera, but let's see. Oh yeah, so there it is, guys. If you had to strike a fire rod with the back of your MSF-G, you could do it. Because I'm kind of curious, can I do it with my MSF 4.0? Oh, sorry. One thing, the MSF 4.0 does have a 90-degree spine right here at the tip for striking a fire rod. But definitely a little bit more rounded on the back here, so I don't think you could do it, maybe. No. Nope. So you can definitely do it with the tip, but you are definitely running a risk of maybe jacking up your tip by doing that. Possibility. I don't know. You got to be careful. But on the MSF 4.0, definitely right back here, this section and the finger grooves, you definitely fire off a fire rod if you needed to. Nice. Hey, so we learn something new every day. I wonder if anybody else has realized you could do that. So, oh, look at that. I got a little burn stuff on my thing. Hey, anyway, there it is, guys. The MSF-G clip point L Max. I got number 20. That's pretty sweet, too. So, damn, check it out. But anyway, I wear XL gloves. You can see. Sorry, camera angle is a little bit close. Fits very nicely in my hand. Nice liner lock. There it is, guys. The MSF-G L Max Steel, designed by Leo Espinosa, made by Mazur Knives out of Italy. Pick yourself up one while you still can, because I think these things are going to go quick and fast. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.